Big Boy's
Big
neighborhood.
Boy.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. We got friend of the neighborhood, our neighbor, Matt Barnes in the neighborhood. Matt, welcome back to the neighborhood.
Man, it's been a minute,
You
man.
straight on your headphone volume and everything, man?
I'm good.
Go ahead now, man. So, Matt, how's the NBA retired life, man?
It's been crazy.
Really, like crazy good?
Crazy amazing. I didn't think it would be as fun as it is. I started transitioning probably about 5 years ago as far as, what's after basketball as far as business goes. And then everything started hitting right after I won that championship. And the combination of my businesses starting to take off and wanting to spend more time with my kids led me to retirement, and it's been amazing ever since.
Damn, do you miss the suit up?
Not at all. I don't no part of nothing.
Really?
I think because I
How many years did you give to the professional game?
4 years in college and then 15 years in the NBA.
Wow.
So, for almost the last 20 years, I had to be up here, and it's good just to be regular now. I love it.
What do you do now? Because you still on program, like like some people they finish up and they come in and they're like, oh man, he let himself go.
Oh no,
what time do you get up now?
I'm still up around 8:30 because I can't sleep. I'm always thinking of what's next,
here,
what's
bro.
business. My mind's always racing. But I still box to stay in shape and play a little bit of flag football and softball. But outside of that, like I don't miss basketball. I coach my kids in basketball, but I have no desire to make a return or play in the Big Three or anything.
Really
like
though?
that,
So you don't like do I'm going to go to the game, or if it's
still
more
go to
so it's
games.
the kids. Though,
I
right?
still take the boy. Like I said, that's why I know I don't miss it, because I can still go to games. I can still watch games. I'm going to go up and mess with the Warriors a little bit next week for their little hell week to help them train. But as far as actually getting out there and playing, I don't miss it at all.
You never just put on like an old uniform and go in the backyard?
Shoot real quick.
Shoot like
Put me in, coach.
yeah.
It's just that part, and you can contest to it now. I mean, there's watching my kids succeed in sports and the excitement and enjoyment that gives me, it outweighs, I think, what I felt when I was playing. So now my new game days are their game days.
And you said you did like a transition, because the reality is like, okay, what really do I do after this? Like now you become, aside from being the man, you got to become the brand.
Right, exactly. And I think what made my transition smooth is I think a lot of guys get lost because once they retire, then they start what's next. You know what I mean? So it takes a good 2, 3, 4 years of things to get rolling. So I started when I turned about 30, 31,
Right.
32. And
Is it different when you're handsome than some of the other players? You know what I'm saying? Tell the truth, man.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, it's been good for me, so I guess that makes me handsome. I guess it's cool.
Because I've been holding on to this radio thing, because I'm like, man, when this is over, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's not like I got a face to just walk into anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, like I remember before I got into radio, I went to, and I won't say the place because the place still exists. I remember, man, I went in, I signed the application. I came back for the interview, and when the person they was like, we can't hire you here. And I'm like, is the job still available? They was like, yeah. They was like, you just too ugly.
No.
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
it.
man.
They could not say
I was
that
like, dude,
to
I
you.
can't fry no chicken. He was like, no, sir.
You sure cannot.
You got a voice for radio, man.
Exactly.
It is.
And a face for radio.
And it's been amazing for you. So enjoy
Man,
it.
yeah, thank you, man. But like I said, I hold on to it. Matt Barnes, man, I do want to speak to you about athletes versus cancer. And that is something that is so near and dear to you, man, because your mom passed of cancer.
Yeah, it's something. My mom passed in cancer in 2007, diagnosed with 4 cancers, all in stage 4. November 1st, died November 27th. So within 26 days, I lost, my mom and my best friend. So in 2008, I started Athletes vs. Cancer, and first we were more of a knowledge-based packets, getting people to know about their bodies. I was doing like free health screenings and clinics and health fairs to kind of just, keep people aware and keep them up on their checkups. We transitioned into kind of paying for anything cancer related. So I've been paying for funerals, hospice medicines, procedures, backed up bills, whatever people need. They've been writing letters to the foundation. Some people find me on Instagram and talk to me about their situation. But what I'm most excited about now is we're transitioning into hopefully our final step, which is providing a scholarship for kids who beat cancer and want to go to college.
Let me ask you, man, with losing something that's so precious, why, and don't take this the wrong way, but why care about others? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's like, man, I couldn't, my mom, like, why do you take it on to make sure that you take care of others? I
just feel that I was, fortunate enough to be blessed with an amazing life up to this point, to be able to play 15 years professional basketball, make it from all aspects. And then, losing my mom. So I just think it was a combination of, I knew I wanted to give back once I finally got some money, and losing my mom in that process kind of showed me where the area I wanted to give back. And, I also help kids and underprivileged neighborhoods, that kind of stuff. But really, I just kind of attacked the cancer situation because I lost my mom to cancer.
And it's a forever battle.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like now, Matt, you'll hear somebody pass, and the first thing you start to think about now is cancer. Or you'll say, you know, how did he pass? How did she pass? Like, oh, it was cancer. It was
All ages too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Do you feel like the numbers are going up, Matt?
I mean, I just think I don't know if they're going up. I just think, you know, we're more aware now because everything is on social media and everything is out there. So I'm not sure if the numbers are going up, but you're just definitely hearing about it more because it just circulates faster.
Dude, I was reading right here on Athletes versus Cancer where you say the American Cancer Society estimates that 2018 will present 1,735,350 new cancer cases and over 600,000 cancer deaths.
That's it.
You know, so also when we get with you at Athletes versus Cancer, there's also just a lot of information that people can go and get on the different sites as well.
Yeah, we just want people to have an understanding. You know, it's knowing your body. You know, my mom felt sick for a year and a half leading up and went to the doctors a few times and never really got the necessary attention to save her life. So we just want to keep people informed, keep them aware of their body, knowing your body. Knowing the difference between being sick and having something else going on. And then for men, not really being afraid to go to the doctor. I think as men, and especially as black men, we kind of fear that we're good. We don't need nothing.
Right. I'm not going there.
Yeah, so kind of just to move that whole narrative out the way because it attacks anyone from children to our grandparents. So, know your body, get checked up, and stay as healthy as possible.
And they can get more information at AVC at Athletics versus, that's vscancer.com, and also athletes versus, that's vscancer.com, and both of those are athletes versus cancer.com, and it's VS. Matt, so are you going back? You know how everybody now that LeBron made the move, or are you coming back? You gonna suit up?
I'm a fan now. I'm a super fan now. I'm excited about everything the Lakers have done. I love what Magic Johnson is changing the culture back to winning. I grew up a Laker fan. Spent more than half my life in LA, so I'm a big Laker fan along with the Warriors. But I'm excited with the moves they've made. Obviously, LeBron coming to LA. I called it about 2 years ago. But all the pieces they're adding, they're saying they're going to be a problem. But I play with a lot of those guys, and with the right guidance, they're going to do what's right. And with LeBron at the head of the ship and Magic on top of the ship, I think they're definitely heading in the right direction.
What about how Shaq said that he heard that Kobe's coming back? And Shaq could just pull something out his ass and say it too.
Shaq will say anything. So I mean, I don't see it happening. I think it would be cool, to get those two to play together. But if you're thinking long term, I think it'll stunt the growth of some of these younger guys. Obviously, because Kobe's not coming. If he does, which I'm not saying he is, if he does, he's not coming to sit on the bench.
Right.
So that's going to
yeah.
stunt the growth of a lot of these young players. And they got a lot of. I love Kuzma.
Yeah, man.
Ingram. Ball. Hart, all these kids are young, talented kids, and the only way you get better is to get out there and play.
How many years do you think? Like LeBron signed 4. Do you think if you were to bet with somebody else's money, would you say within the next 3-4 years?
I think this year they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to make a drastic jump. I think they'll be top 4 or 5 in the West this year, and the West is tough. You know what I mean? So I think once they get their chemistry down, January, February, they'll start hitting their stride. It's just going to be tough, though, depending on what the Warriors do. I think the whole NBA rests on if, they can keep that team together after this season. Obviously them picking up DeMarcus, who is the best center in the game when healthy, and not needing him, it will allow him a chance to get rest, heal his Achilles, and then come out and do work. So, I mean, as long as the Warriors kind of turn into the old Yankees, just the evil empire, so to speak. They get all the best players all the time, and they always win.
How do you feel with being in the league for so long? You saw the transition of you stay, you play, you stay, you play. You know what I'm saying? Now we say, you'll see guys that say, I'm going over here to get to jewelry or get with the super team. How do you feel about that, Matt?
I don't mind it from a standpoint of what's crazy. It's always been a double standard. I don't think fans understand enough is when a team trades you, cuts you, benches you, whatever it is, it's just the business. But when a player does it, they're the villain. They're a snake. They're a traitor. They're unloyal. They get their jerseys burned. When we decide to take our future in our own hands, and in most cases, a lot of these guys are taking less money to go to better teams or less money to win, and people are still getting mad, which is crazy. So like I said, I love it because the teams have always been just dirty. You saw what the Celtics did to Isaiah Thomas after he played the day after his sister died.
Yes,
you saw what Toronto did to DeMar DeRozan. So there's a lot of dirty cases out here, but it's the business. But if a player packs up and decides to go somewhere else, he's an asshole. So I love when players take their their talents or their future in their own hands.
Matt Barnes, we got to talk about this one, man. The weekend that's happening. There's an all-star weekend starts Thursday and through Sunday. All right, so let's just go through what's going down on Thursday. Thursday is
the Smoke for a Cure. So my overall goal right now was to, you were here, Big. When I was in college and just getting out of college, Magic used to still have his Midsummer Nights.
Yeah, man.
And it was a thing that everyone came to LA to do, and it was a thing, and there hasn't been anything since. So teaming up with Snoop, that's what always been my ultimate goal. And now that I've had a chance to stop playing and really put more time and effort into this, that's what we're trying to turn it into. So, we've created an amazing 4-day weekend, starting with the first annual Smoke for a Cure out at Snoop's compound Thursday, August 9th. And what that is it's really a cannabis summit.
Right.
I really be careful with the way I present my cannabis advocacy, because I'm an athlete, I'm a father, and there's a lot of kids watching me. So this is more on the educational side of understanding why athletes do it, why rappers do it, why people use it instead of just having the stigma of, oh, you're high. So it'll be about 20 exclusive vendors. We're doing a panel with myself, Snoop, a couple other athletes, and a UCLA doctor. And it's really just going to be a cool day, a cool experience. After we do the panel, we're going to have a live performance by Little Duval. He's going to be out there doing his thing.
Oh man, I'm living my best life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we got a live performance by Duval.
Forth with you.
Yeah, we got
I love this Smoke for a Cure.
Yeah, so it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be a great week. Me and Snoop did the walkthrough yesterday.
It says inhale ideas, exhale results.
Right,
I like that.
So it's all for a great cause. Like I said, we did the walkthrough with Snoop. Me and Snoop did our walkthrough yesterday at the compound. 2 Chainz coming through. A lot of other people are coming through, man. So we're really excited. I think we have something special here. And like I said, it's to raise, money for.
Now, is that open to the public, or is that something you go straight to the website?
You can go to athletesversuscancer.com to buy your tickets. We made the tickets a little pricey because it's an exclusive type of event, and it's for a great cause. But you can still, and we're also going to do, if anyone's out there listening, we're looking for 5 more brands. We handpicked the majority of the brands, but we want to open it up to 5, brands. You got to have your shit together, but you can contact athletesversuscancer.com and sign up to be a part of the weekend. So we have 5 spots for 5 cannabis brands in Southern California to come out and be a part of that night. So like
Smoke for a Cure.
Hit the website and check that out.
Now, what about Bowl for a Cure? That's going down on Friday. Is that open 10th. To the public?
That's open. You can buy tickets to that too. Everything you can buy tickets to. You can buy tickets at the door or online to the bowling event.
And that's at athletesversuscancer.com.
Yeah, so that'll be at Lucky Strike at LA Live. Just another chance to have the sponsors and some of the fans come out, and some of the guys be playing that'll be out there and continue.
You know what I love about this, man? It's a great cause, but also just good events. Like when you said how Magic used to do Midsummer, we waited on that. And people flew in from that, and you knew that was the weekend where you didn't want to do anything else.
You didn't want to miss it. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like, it's, like you said, the point is to have a great cause, but you want to have fun. People always remember experiences.
Right.
What was the experience like? What was the vibe? What was the energy like? And that's what Snoop and I are trying to create for this.
And this Athletes versus Cancer pool party, we ain't gonna say nothing about that.
Right.
So, yeah, that's on Saturday.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm actually in talks.
You can hit me up at Big Boy on my Instagram.
I'm in talks with Nick Cannon about Wildin' Out hosting that.
Yeah, you just did Wildin' Out as well.
Yeah, I did it back in February. It just aired last night. But I'm in talks with Nick and his team about him hosting it and kind of making that situation get a little performer. So that'll be a cool little vibe, private situation. But if you know some people, hit us up and we'll make sure we get you slide through.
And then on Sunday is what I've been seeing for years, man, and that's the celebrity football game.
So much fun.
Yeah, man. And you know what I love about the celebrity football game? I love how families come out. Yeah, and I love how hands-on you guys really are. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some places where kids or people don't get that close to a celebrity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you see families out there, everybody's having a good time, and it's not you just get there and it's a football game and you leave. There's festivities, you know what I'm saying? There's always good music, man. So to close up the entire weekend with the celebrity football game, that right there is absolutely a no-brainer.
No, it's cool, man. Like I said, I'm a football fan at heart. Snoop is big in football, and and
he's so serious when he plays.
He's been training for it too.
Intense.
You've seen him on the gram. You've been on there with his shirt off.
Hell yeah.
So, Snoop is ready this year. But it's cool, we get all entertainers, actors, athletes, and not to brag, but I've been to other celebrity events and I haven't seen as many celebrities as we
Actually
like
show up.
celebrities that actually show up.
And you know what I love about yours too is celebrities really play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody's like in real uniforms.
Right. No,
and then the celebrities that don't play, like people
Still
show
chill.
up.
Right.
And you'll see people that have come, Matt, that just in town, like, oh, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And they can have a show that night.
Right. That's what we wanted to just come out. Last year they didn't play, but KD came and Draymond came and other guys, Chris Brown played, DeAndre played, Jordan Clarkson. This year we got a cool little list. We're starting, Mike Vick, Terrell Owens, Ocho Cinco, Trey Songz, Willie Cauley-Stein, KD, DeAndre.
Man, you can stop right
Jordan. Yeah, so we got a cool, Snoop's got some people. Hopefully get 2 Chainz. I want J. Cole, man. If J. Cole happens to listen, anybody knows J. Cole, man. We need J. Cole. Like, I fuck with J. Cole.
To play, or just come on out, man.
Come on out,
true.
play, whatever it may
story.
be. Yeah, whatever it may be, man. But like I said, we're raising money for a great cause, and like I said, my whole thing with everything is just creating experiences, and I love giving the community, the city, the experience to come out here and see some of your favorite celebrities in a different environment.
And that's Athletes vs. Cancer. That's All-Star Weekend. Starts off Thursday night with Smoke for a Cure. Friday, Bowl for a Cure. Saturday is the Athletes versus Cancer pool party. Then on Sunday, we close it up with the celebrity football game. And if you do need more information, www.athletesversuscancer.com. athletesvscancer.com. Matt, since the basketball career is over, and you say you ain't even tripping off of it, what is your day-to-day? Is it just Matt Barnes? Is it just the brand, the man?
Nah, but yeah, I'm super busy. I'm launching a new hairline that's in Target right now.
So our hair can look like yours?
Yeah.
Like a hairline, like a product?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you have hair, it might
okay.
have a chance to look like mine. No, it's called Hue for Every Man. We just launched in Target last week.
Damn.
So I'm really trying to.
It's called Hue for Every Man. That's dope.
H-U-E. But it's attacking really that multicultural dynamic that no one really addresses. You know what I mean? So it's either black or white. We're doing multicultural, all natural stuff that could apply to anybody. Men and women can use it. So I'm.
And what is it?
So I have a pomade, I have a shampoo, conditioner, I have a shave therapy, and then a toner. But I'm also starting to do my whole skincare line as well, because the guys do it, but it's kind of like taboo. It's a secret. We don't want to tell. Either you do it with your girl or your wife or whatever, but you don't talk about it. So we're trying to raise awareness and let people know it's okay to care what you look like. It's okay to look nice. It's okay to smell nice. It's okay to care about.
Do you have
your
a product
skin.
in your hair now?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you already came in with hair like that. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm gonna get it. And also, man, I know you had sent my son Jaden. You had sent us some bedding.
Yeah.
Is that still going on?
So that's Active Dreamers. That's the bedding company that I'm involved in with my partner Jack. And that's about to start going to. We're trying to acquire some other licenses: Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Netflix. So pretty much we'll be able to put anything on a bed sheet or on a bed, on a blanket, sheets.
Yeah, man.
Bedroom decor. So that's really the kids.
He was like,
that.
"Who's your son player?" I was like, "Man, LeBron." He was like, "Boom, here it is." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
So, we sent that. We think it's cool, man. It's something simple that no one thought of, but it's amazing, and it's been.
Is that available now?
Yeah.
How do they get that?
You can go to activedreamers.com. It's at the NBA.com as well, and then we're about to launch. I want to say in Bed Bath & Beyond soon as well. So
you ain't playing, huh?
And then I got a fresh pressed juice company that's making its way to LA. We got 3 stores in Sacramento called Vibe Energy. And my whole thing with this new demographic is they're not so much coffee, they're more fresh pressed juice and healthy. So we're making our stores like like Starbucks, but it's with juice and like healthy foods. And you bring your laptop, come in there, you're giving music. Do
you juice and do you eat?
I do. I juice. I've kind of let myself chill for the last year because I was on such a tight regimen as a player. So I've been kind of chilling and enjoying and eating McDonald's every once in a while with the boys and eating a little later than I should. So I'm actually took a whole year off and I'm about to start working out.
What's different now that you're off? Like, when you say when you play for 15 years, is it diet? Do you have to make sure that you're exercising more?
I have to be aware of, I used to be able to eat whatever I want and get a 6-pack in like a month. Right. But I'm 38 now.
Now that you're blowing out different candles, it's like
right. That shit. No, I just have to be more health conscious now that I'm done playing. But I'm disciplined enough to get back right. But I gave myself a whole year to kind of do what I want, and I didn't really gained too much weight, so it was cool.
Yeah, because I saw you and I didn't even think like, man, he's off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I know I saw you within that year. Where I'm like, man.
No, I still box to kind of stay in shape, but outside of that, I just chill. I'm a heavy cannabis advocate now. I'm the first athlete ever sponsored by Raw Papers, so I signed endorsement on Raw Papers.
Go ahead.
I'm doing the first ever athlete-funded UCLA cannabis research program. So I really teamed up with UCLA to dispel the negative stereotypes of cannabis, and our ultimate goal together, myself and UCLA, is to get it into professional sports, to get it legalized and as an alternative. People are getting DUIs and drinking too much, and people are popping these pills and getting addicted and dying from them all of the time. This little plan is sitting here and it's saving lives, and I think that the more people understand, the more they'll know that, all forms of this cannabis plant, from, smoking it to taking pills to the creams, the oils, they're very beneficial. So like I said, our goal is to kind of raise the stigma on cannabis.
Now that you're out of the NBA and you're not, so there is no NBA check right now.
No, I still get paid until the end of next year.
Damn,
I got lucky.
Okay, because I was going to ask you a question, but
yeah.
No,
unfortunately, that means I still got to pay more child support. But,
right.
Yeah. So now I paid for 15 years and I get paid for 17 years, so it was cool.
So you still getting like player money right now?
I get paid until the end of next season.
Damn, they don't have no
our
radio DJ thing that you can do.
Our stuff, and that's the one thing about the NBA. I mean, you gotta love it. Our money is guaranteed. So once you sign that contract, they owe you the money no matter what.
Damn.
Yeah, so I signed a 3-year
Do y'all get
contract.
paid like every 2 weeks, like how we get paid or something?
Mm-hmm. But we stretch our money out. So some guys, they used to just pay you during the season, but now a lot of guys stretch their money year round.
Right.
So you get paid year round now.
What about your contract, man? When you had your NBA contract, or you still have it, when you're active, did you have like the clauses where you couldn't ride motorcycles, you couldn't do this? Did you have all that? And is that a standard?
I don't know if it's a standard. I mean, they don't want you to do it, but I was never into that kind of stuff. I knew I'd drive fast anyway, so a motorcycle would probably be a death wish. And I'm not a skier. I don't really do all that stuff. So they tell you to stay away from it. And if you get in an accident because of stuff like that, there's a possibility they can void your contract.
Wow.
So I've never really messed with none of that anyway.
Now, when you have uniforms, right? How many uniforms do you have? Like, say when you play for the Lakers, how many Laker uniforms did you have?
The Lakers were a little different. The Lakers really stayed traditional, and we had maybe 2 or 3. But people like the Warriors, they got like 5 sometimes. Some of these other teams will change uniforms, do throwback uniforms, do Chinese New Year uniforms. Like I know the Warriors have a lot of different uniforms. I think it's cool. I think tradition is amazing, but we're in a generation now where you just want to surprise people and put something in front of their face they're going to like, especially with these younger kids. So I love the teams that are willing to take a chance and go outside the box and change their design up a little bit and freshen it up.
And not just changing the design. Like, how many of one do you get?
It depends. Like I said, some teams 3, some teams 4.
Like you'll have 3 of your own.
Well, I mean, you can get it at the end of the year. I mean, obviously they need it.
Like, so when you finish, you don't take it home and wash it yourself, right?
No,
you just drop it into a.
We put everything in our net bag and everything gets washed for us. So yeah, all we do.
Now
is
that you're not playing, do you have a lot of dirty clothes at the house?
No.
Oh, okay. Like, man, what is that
it's
bag?
funny. I mean, I've always been like, my dad used to whoop our ass.
Oh
when we
yeah,
was younger
domestic
from being from not doing chores. So I mean, I'm someone that still washes my own dishes. I vacuum. I do the laundry. I grocery shop, and I've always been that way. You know what I mean? So now that I'm done playing, I just have more time to do it now. So I'm one of those weird people.
Do you cook, Matt?
I do. I don't cook as much now because I'm single. But when I was married, we cooked a lot.
Right. So you single, or you can't say, are you knocking anything down right now, or?
I have some friends. Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah. And I have someone I care about. So, but it just.
Will you get married again?
I don't know.
Oh, I shouldn't even ask you that.
No,
Yeah,
it's okay.
she probably looking at.
No, you can ask. I just don't know, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I went through, a hell of a situation. That was a very public situation. And then hopefully at some point we can, co-parent peacefully. But it's just a crazy situation now, especially for professional athletes. I think the divorce rate is like 70% or something like that. And in society, it's like 50%. So, I mean, it's like a coin flip. You know what I mean? Like you lock something up and there's a coin flip whether you can make it or not. And in the circles we're in and the cities we're in, it makes everything a lot tougher. So I think ultimately I just want a cool situation with somebody with a cool understanding.
Can I ask you, how is your relationship now with Derek Fisher?
Derek and I are cool.
Okay.
Derek and I are fine. We had our unfortunate, mix up. And probably about a year after that, I saw him at one of the boys' football games. We spoke. I told him why I did it. He explained his piece. And, it sounds like we're best friends, but we're cool. We're definitely cordial. We communicate when it comes to the boys. And that's all I need. The boys love him. And I let him know, like, on some real shit, he's around my boys more than I am. You know what I mean? So you have to step in and be that disciplinary and teach them things and you know, show them how to be a man when I'm not around. So I mean, that's how far I extended it, because at the end of the day, it's not about him and my ex or anything. It's only about my kids to me. So
I heard that. That's grown. That's grown, man.
really
That's
grown
grown
man
people
talk.
stuff, man. And we were talking about LeBron being in Los Angeles, man, and then the things that y'all do with y'all career, like this school
incredible.
that he opened in Ohio is amazing, man.
I mean, it puts him in another atmosphere as far as athletics, generosity, you know, philanthropy, you know, the levels. And it's not just a school. There's so many different breakdowns to it, where there's transportation, there's food, there's jobs for parents. There's if you graduate, you get to go to college. Like, it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love what he's done to him to continue to raise the bar, Kobe to continue to raise the bar in film. You know, Derrick Rose just started a scholarship program where he's giving $400,000 away. Wow. So I love that we're really starting to use our platforms and continuing to help people, because there's a stigma on dumb athletes, dumb jocks, shut up and do this, shut up and do that. But I mean, we're showing day and day that we're prominent figures in society, not only on the court or the field. So
can you imagine if y'all would have just shut up and dribbled, or just
crazy.
shut up and you know,
Yeah,
play the game?
We're doing more out here than these people that are telling us to shut up have ever done.
Exactly. Are you a political guy, or you kind of stay out of it?
No,
man? You see what's going down.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm very vocal. You know, I want to run for mayor in Sacramento in about 10 or 15 years. So I'm doing a lot of groundwork out there, meeting a lot of people, giving back to the community. You know, shadow Kevin Johnson for a little bit. So mine is more for, I mean, I'm learning the politics and understand politics, but mine is just to make a difference.
Right.
I think, like I said, we've been blessed, and there's a lot of people who aren't blessed. So to continue to go out there and help people, give people, you know, brighten up people's days, give them hope. You know, that's the scholarship program I'm doing through my foundation. Then I've also started a scholarship program for Stephon Clark's kids, the kid that was killed in Sacramento. So myself and Jesse Williams are organizing a scholarship program. What we want it to be is a scholarship program that helps kids across the country who've lost parents to police killings.
Beautiful. What do you think about the NFL policy?
I think it's bullshit. I'm glad that they kind of took a step back. You know, I mean, the way Trump tries to get involved in stuff is crazy. You know what I mean? The way the stuff he addresses and stuff he doesn't address is crazy. You know what I mean? You want to make someone a villain who's actually speaking up for us. And it's not that he's protesting the flag. And,
not at all.
Time and time again, you see veterans, you know, supporting Cap. But, you know, he's black, so he's got to be the villain. You know what I mean? And these black people or these black players are following him, and they got to be villains. So it's an unfortunate, but I think his message is definitely loud and clear. And now Cap is going to go down as a Muhammad Ali, Abdul-Jabbar, as a historical sports figure that stood up for social injustice. So I mean, definitely hats off to him, because he's continuing to do amazing things, and I think he's sparked a lot of minds to, okay, which, man, we got this platform, let's use it, let's talk about it. So, you know, you saw the ESPYs 2 years ago when LeBron and Carmelo and Chris Paul and those D-Wade, I think, spoke up on it. So I mean, I think it's amazing, because our voices as athletes travel around the world, and people, kids and adults, really listen to us and lock into us. So if we're giving them something positive to go off of, it's always amazing.
Did you always have that kind of responsibility, like season one, or is this something that you kind of grow into?
I've always been a protector and someone that speaks up for the outspoken. So I mean, throughout my career, I got fined so many times for speaking up for people or sticking up for people. You know what I mean? So now that I'm retired, the NBA can't find me no more, and I'm really doing it. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm not someone that just talks it. You know, I was the one that myself and DeMarcus helped pay for all the funeral costs. You know, for Stephon Clark. You know, I funded the rally. You know, I said we're starting a scholarship program for his kids and other kids out there. So there are people who really do care, and they're not just talking about it. We're out here in communities making a difference, and sometimes there's not always light shine on it, but that's not why we do it. We do it to help. You know, so when the light shines, I just feel like more people are willing to possibly help. You know what I mean? So it's not so much for the notoriety. We're doing it because out of the kindness of our heart.
Hey, Matt, do you feel like you'll do more post NBA career?
Much more.
Yeah.
I feel like I was the villain in the NBA, and that got me 15 years. You know, so for whatever reason, you know, a reputation is earned, whether good or bad. But I think there was a ceiling in the NBA with what they would allow me to do. You know, I mean, the NBA didn't even allow me to do basketball with borders or NBA cares, so they would never invite me to any of that. So I did that myself. I went to Africa on my own money through my own free clinics, my own free camps. because I really do care about people. I really do want to. But like I said, my narrative was to be the bad guy, to be the villain. You know what I mean? So like I said, that gave me 15 years in the NBA, which is cool. I have no problem with that. But now people are starting like, man, we didn't know you did all this. Like I've been doing all this shit, but all you ever see on Sports Center is me fighting or me getting kicked out of a game and me doing this other shit. Because like I said, they need villains just like they needed the superheroes like LeBron and Steph. And they need villains to kind of counteract that. So NBA was a blessing. Tons of money and the life I could never imagine. But like I said, now people are really starting to see who I am and what I'm about and what I'm passionate about. And life after basketball is going to be very lucrative as well, and fulfilling from the standpoint of being able to help. Yeah,
and because I noticed the same thing with Magic Johnson as well. Huge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like Magic was put here. It felt like too. Like basketball was the opening act.
There's no question.
You know what I'm saying?
And he was my role model too, and I've got a chance to sit down and talk to him about business and mentoring too. But I use the NBA, and playing on several different teams as just a platform to meet a lot of amazing people and then transition that into business, whether it be, my production and TV stuff I'm doing, tech stuff I'm doing, angel investing, my businesses I have. Like a lot of those contacts were culminated through my career in basketball, so if you're able to capitalize that and have a game plan for when you're done. And that's the one thing I said earlier, like athletes can't wait till they're done to get started, because this is all a process. Just because we played at an NBA doesn't mean we're going to, luck up and be able to just jump right into it. It's a process. So, I was able to start transitioning before I finished.
Right. So you were never nervous?
No, I was excited. I'm one of those guys who's been excited. Like, basketball was a blast, but it was just such a small part of me. And I think I was always someone that had such a misconception of who I was that I was excited to be able to get underneath that NBA shadow and kind of show the world what I'm really about. And I'm capable of doing that now.
Is that a hard life too, though? Like being somewhere all the time, plane, trains, automobiles?
Oh, yeah. It's tough. You don't realize how long and how much time the NBA takes until you're done. Our season is 8 months, and then we get 3 or 4 months off, but then you really only get a couple weeks off because you don't want to get too out of shape.
Right. You got
really it's 11 months on. You know what I mean? So it puts a strain on any family, kids, marriages, relationships, other passions that you have, because you're getting paid a lot of money to be a professional basketball player, which I'm not complaining. But like I said, now that I'm done, I really understand, like, God damn, like basketball took a lot of my time.
Especially now that you see some time or you're filling your time up with other things. You're like, wow.
I have a lot of, like, when I first retired, I was able to just really just lay up and kick it for a minute. You know what I mean? Like I played almost 20 years of just trying to be up from college and then pros to being on the highest level. You know what I mean? So I just let my body chill, my mind chill, and really just, get excited about that next chapter in life.
Matt Barnes, want to thank you for coming into the neighborhood. Thank you for hanging out with us, man.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, man, and we going to be together all weekend.
Let's do it.
All weekend. And give me some of the hair products, too, man.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Some scalp massage or something. What you
I'll
need.
take that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. Matt Barnes in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.